All right, Joe here. Before we get started today, we have been nominated, Football Daily, for 4 major awards this year. If you want to vote for us in any of the categories on screen right now, then click the link in the description below. It really would mean a lot to the whole team. Anyway, this show is We Need to Talk, the show that looks at football on the internet over the past 7 days. And 7 days that has literally seen a man shit himself in the stands. A linesman propose to a linesman. And a footballer fake his own kidnapping on his last ever game. But more seriously, we need to talk about Diego Costa. That's right, the big man is back on our screens. You thought we'd forgotten about him? I mean, I kind of did. You know, he scored 5 La Liga goals and he cost them £55 million in nearly a season and a half. 5 La Liga goals. It is forgettable. But no, he jumped back to the front pages this week, didn't he, after being sent off after just 13 minutes by referee Jesus Gil Manzano against Barcelona. Now, he was sent off for verbally and violently, apparently, abusing the referee. Let me quote what he said. "I shit on your mother. I shit on your mother." No, not Shakespeare. That's Diego Costa, 2019. Great quote. Obviously, he was shown a straight red card and he has now been banned for 8 games because of the incident. He's got a 4-game ban for verbally abusing the referee, and he's got a 4-game ban for light violence. That's an interesting bit of terminology, isn't it, from La Liga? Light violence. You know, just a bit of shoving and grappling, nothing heavy. The ban means he's going to miss the rest of the domestic season. Not good news for Atletico. Well, I suppose kind of doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't score any goals anyway. Doesn't score any goals. Alvaro Morata has scored 4 in 600 minutes and he joined in January. Diego Costa cost them 55 million. That is daylight robbery. But the reason I've got in on Diego Costa this week is not just the 8-game ban, it's his discipline as a whole as a footballer. Do you know he has now been banned on 15 separate occasions as a professional footballer, equating to 25 total games. That is over half of a La Liga season just from bans. Now, his defence is that he allegedly said it about his own mother. You know, apparently it's been backed up by lip-reading experts. And this is a common thing to do in Spain, to call your own mother a and say you on your own mother. Seriously. Seriously. You know what, if Diego Costa was still a world-beating bully like in the season that Chelsea won the league title, you might have some sympathy. You know, when he was chucking Arsenal defenders around like ragdolls, stamping on, getting them sent off, I was thinking, this is semi-decent housery. Now, 5 goals in a season and a half a year spent in Brazil, eating Cheerios in bed and playing PlayStation. You can't get away with it, Diego. You should be sold in the summer. An 8-game ban's an absolute farce, and quite frankly, if we were to bring back Idiot of the Week from VFN, you'd be taking it home.
What an idiot.
Moving on to the good, the bad and the ugly now then, and the good comes from La Liga and involves Iago Aspas, the Liverpool hero. That's because in January he turned down a mega contract in China worth about €7 million per season in order to help Celta Vigo stay in the division. And on the weekend he cried tears of joy, quite literally, after scoring 2 goals against Villarreal to help his club avoid the drop. I mean, what a hero. Turning down the big bucks for Celta. For Celta Vigo. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? It's Celta Vigo. Moving on to the bad, and this one comes from Argentina and involves a River Plate fan who got a QR code tattooed onto his inner right thigh, and not a small one, it's huge, And if you scan it, it shows you them scoring, River Plate scoring goals against Boca Juniors in the Copa Libertadores final. Tragic. Thankfully though, Twitter stepped up to the plate. The username of journaliste Adam, football Twitter this is, decided they were going to take him apart. They agreed with me, they thought it was pretty tragic, so they basically decided to get the video it linked to removed from the internet. Everybody copyright struck it and now it's gone. Absolute towsery this is. Football Twitter has come together to ruin a guy's tattoo. Class. Our ugly this week involves Danny Drinkwater, who has this week been charged with drink driving. That's right, Danny Drinkwater has been charged with drink driving. The jokes write themselves. Even Cesc Fabregas tweeted about this one. FD Ultras this week is just me in the hot seat because quite a few of you guys requested that I review ginger footballers. I'm going to keep it quite brief. I'm going to just fire off some of the most recognisable names, rate them, and then put them on a sort of scale. Paul Scholes, obviously the greatest ginger footballer of all time. Matthias Sammer pulling him in a close second, but Paul Scholes is my hero. A great lid. Great pubes as well. Can't put that in, can we? The drop down to the next name on the list is pretty drastic. We're looking here at Dave Kitson, aka football's biggest grass. That's right, he is of course the secret footballer who has exposed player after player, team after team, manager after manager in his weekly columns and his books. What a guy Dave Kitson is. You know, just go onto his Instagram. Let's have a browse of the Dave Kitson Instagram because it really is, it's a real sight to behold. State of him. State of Dave Kitson. Jordan Pickford's up next, and there are question marks as to just how ginger Jordan is. I think he has got hints, but there's also a Mousy Brown in there. He might have small arms, Jordan, but I'm tired of George Wright disrespecting him over and over and over. You know, he's not the worst keeper in the league, not the best either, but does a job for Everton, and I need some respect put on a fellow ginger's name. Tony Hibbert has somehow made the list. Yep, less said about in the better. Jack Colback. Apparently I look like Jack Colback. Don't know whether to take offence or positivity from it. He is a multi-million-pound footballer, but he does play for Sunderland, does he? Who does Colback play for now? Who cares? Who cares? Kevin De Bruyne is also in the list. Again, he's not really ginger. He's Mousy Brown / strawberry blonde. That's what I used to try and play myself off as, a strawberry blonde. You're kidding no one, Kevin. You're kidding no one. Finally, John Arnorisa. Again, one of the worst blokes in football. Seriously. What was this tweet about then, John? Just before we go, we have to give a shout out to Jed, aka Gunman Piontek, on our Discord. If you want to get involved in Discord, the link is in the description below, who has created the whole Football Daily squad, and a few other names as well, on Football Manager, and is currently playing out a season. What a f***ing hero you are, Jed. What a hero. What I will say is you've been generous with Patrick Van Straten. Does he really look like that? So that's it for this week's episode of We Need to Talk. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Don't forget to vote for us in all 4 categories by clicking the link in the description below. Also, suggest somebody to sit in the chair next week for FD Ultras. I don't want it to just be me yet again. Thanks very much for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.